Guys, today we'll be doing something super fun. I thought it would be really nice, especially with me as a smaller, newer VTuber on the block, to look at advice from the bigger people, our quote unquote senpais, right? I think this could help too because there's a lot of people that really want to do this, right? And I get asked all the time, not only how to become a VTuber, but best ways to do it cheaply, but also how do I start overall, not even just with VTubing, just with streaming. So I think looking at this advice would help a lot because I'm still down here in the trenches. Right? So let's take a look at what everyone has to say. But before that, guys, like, comment, subscribe, the whole 9 yards. We just did an Iris video at the 700 subscriber mark. Thank you so much. Our next big benchmark is 1,000. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. And let's get on with the VTubing advice. Alrighty, we're starting with the one and only Giga. I love Giga. I've seen only a handful of things. I know she just started technically like a sponsor company, I believe, where she combines companies and VTubers and just content creators in general. I guess technically an ad agency. So I know a little bit about Giga, not too much. But I watched her for the first time after the whole V-Shoujo debacle. So this will be fun. Let's see what Giga has to say.
Actually, here's a piece of advice to anyone who wants to VTuber or is like new. If I go to your Twitter and I just see flat on images of your model, I'm going to get the impression that it's not rigged and I couldn't watch you anywhere and you're not ready yet. Now, if that's the truth and you like this person have in your bio like debut TBA, that's fair. But you're not going to get much out of this effort. Make content. Don't worry about it right now. Come up with ideas. Watch other people's content. Script out.
You want to know what's so fun? So I was watching actually a while ago. There's someone by the name of Devin Nash. He did this live stream. If you know about Devin Nash, you already know what I'm about to say. But for those of you who don't, Devin has been in the quote unquote content game for a insane amount of time, like insane. And he did this video with Amaranth, and this was years ago, by the way, years, a very long time ago. And Amaranth literally said the same thing. She said the number one thing a lot of streamers do is they plan it out, they think about it, they copy and twist it. So you can do the same thing as somebody else, but what's your spin on it, right? What are you doing? That's going to be different, right? For instance, the number one thing I always get is my model. Like, there is nobody out there that looks like this, not really. And you have to start somewhere, right? There's somewhere you have to start from. So it's kind of interesting seeing someone, and I watched this entire thing, by the way. You'll see it here, the 3 hours. This was 3 years ago. I remember watching this, and there was a lot that Amaranth said that made a lot of sense, like a lot. So I think Giga is really on the right track here. And I think it helps more because she's not corpo. I know there's a lot of like, I don't want to say animosity. What word am I looking for? Like weirdness when it comes to people giving advice that are indie versus someone that's a corpo. And I don't say corpo in a bad way. This isn't like, Cyberpunk 2077. I mean, someone in an agency like Hollow or something like that, because they're like, well, there's a difference between you auditioning, and then you just kind of do the thing. And then there's people who are indie and they have to do everything themselves from scratch. I understand that, but that doesn't mean don't listen to them. Like, I believe there's a couple of like Gura, there's a Pippa, there's Neuro. I have some Narissa in here. That doesn't mean don't listen to them, by the way. It's a very interesting conversation. And hopefully in the comments down below, we can start a conversation here too. Because I think when you're indie, it's very different. You don't have as much backing. Like, you have to pretty much do it all yourself. I think this is true.
Things that you want to record later when your model is done, and then as soon as your model is done, record all those.
Yeah, just start recording. And I know this is going to sound really bad, but the number one thing I tend to tell people is like, how many videos have you recorded? Like, how many have you gotten done? What's your head count of videos that you've done? So I am at 121. Oh wait, this is the wrong channel. Hold on, just kidding. That was my main channel. Actually, here I'm at more. I am at 144. I think with a lot of VTuber advice, I tend to tell people this, guys, recording videos and just doing it alone answers a lot of your questions. As you start doing this, a lot of your questions will answer themselves. I think people should just start hitting the record button, right? I think that is a really good start. Like, start with the baby steps. If you don't have a PC, get a PC, get OBS, and even if it's terrible quality, dude, do I have my older videos? I do. Oh my God, dude. From 10 months ago. Look at that, 13, 12, 8, 96. But I didn't stop, right? So if I hit latest, we have 1.4, and now we're in the hundreds, right? We're averaging in the hundreds now. So I'm hoping this could be like, you're not going to get a lot of views. You have to get used to it.
Videos or the shorts or whatever,
Yeah.
and go for it. Right? Like, then you start posting it. You'll get way more mileage out of using your time that way. They made a whole post where they did a showcase of their model where they just zoomed in on several like details of it, and it's 5 likes, and they're posting stuff like this every.
Yeah, I think there should be one post like that 100%. Like, I haven't done it. By the way, I have not done that. For me personally, here's what, and again, this is me. I need to really, this is me. I do not like debuts. I didn't even have a debut, by the way. And as soon as I got a team, like, I have a manager and all of this other stuff because I work. So it's a lot to try and work and do this. So I had to get it out. The first thing I was told is like, "Are you dumb? Why don't you have a debut and stuff like that?" I just wanted to hit the ground running. I did. I just wanted to put a video out and just keep it pushing. I didn't want to, but a lot of people are telling me I should. So that's something that I have to work on, right? And that's why I wanted to show you guys. I'm down here with only 700 subs, and even I have to, learn from people like Giga. I think if we all come together like this, it can be really, really good.
day. And I'm looking at it and I'm like,
Yeah.
you could instead of like cropping all these and then posting, it doesn't take that much time, but like use that time on scripting, I think. Content outside of Twitter, right? All of it. I think posting content on Twitter is still good. And then the other piece of advice I want to give is this person reposts like people that they seem to be friends with, like all of their posts. So when I scroll through their Twitter, I see like
Other
a
people's.
million retweets of.
You see other people's stuff. And that's something I was saying. For those of you who don't know, I do the journey through VTubing. And one thing I was worried about was other people's content. That's why I have two channels. That's why this is specifically reactions. And then I have my main channel for commentary. Because with this channel, what I was worried about, I was like, I don't want to be known for pushing other people's stuff. And that's why I called it a journey through VTubing. This is me learning about VTubing, right? It's a whole segment of me wrapping my head around this while still doing it at the same time. It's a journey that you can literally follow. Like I just showed you guys. When I started, I was getting like 10 views and now I'm in the hundreds, right? It's a journey. It's a whole process.
Other VTubers that aren't them. I think it's okay to retweet some of your friends' stuff, but if you retweet so much of it that I see more of other VTubers' faces and content on your Twitter than seeing. If you don't have a huge following, it doesn't do much, but if you reply, it will do more for that person by giving them another number up on the reply count for engagement than retweeting it to 500 people. There are ways that you can just support more heavily, in my opinion, without making your own stuff look like a whole lot of nothing. Basically,
I read this. What do you think if it's predominantly going live posts? Like, I see some people delete those afterwards. Yeah. I used to do that, and again, it wasn't until I heard Devin talks about this. If he clicks on your Twitter and the only thing he sees is, "Hey, I'm going live in 5 seconds," it's like, you should have your Twitter be filled with a bunch of stuff. Primarily who are you? And I think that's the point. Technically what Giga's getting at. Who are you? Like, who are you? If people click on, again, here, this is obviously, like I said, my React channel and not my main. I look at VTubers and music and things around anime. Those are the three things that primarily are, in my repertoire. at least on the React channel, and then I have my commentary channel where I just talk and yap about stuff on my main. But when you look at your profile, who was it? Loco? I think it was Loco. Where does your profile also look like you're serious? Like, do you have everything linked? Do you have all of your stuff? If you go to any of your links, does it look serious? So if I go to my Twitch, how serious does it look? How serious does it look, right? Do you have a background? Do you have things linked? Do you have your about me section filled out and stuff like that? Is it, how does it look? I think this was another thing that made a lot of people want to follow because it shows that I'm very serious, right? If I click XQC and I go to, oh yeah, just scroll down, right? He has everything and it looks serious, like he's doing this, like he's about that life. That's he has Femboy as a fucking tag, dude. I can't with him. Oh, so I think this is also really good advice. I did notice a increase in numbers when I took my profile seriously as well. Even though it looks kind of like a meme, right, with my photo and stuff, but it looks serious.
You just don't want to give people the wrong impression.
Yeah.
They go to your Twitter and they think you don't do anything. If
Yeah.
you don't have anything to show, don't spend your time trying to promote nothing because you have nothing.
Yeah.
Start, like I said, start scripting stuff or just watching other content and getting that stuff in your brain, right?
I think that's the number one, guys. Do not be afraid to watch other creators. Like I said, copy and twist. Don't be a. It's really interesting. I was watching people talk about rap music and Kendrick and all these other people. And one thing that everybody was saying is most rappers, when they start out, they sound like another rapper and then they figure it out. Think of it like you're getting used to it. Then when you get used to it, what happens? You start getting into your own flow, you start doing your own thing, and then that's when you start diverging. Don't be afraid to copy somebody, and then as you get used to it, the training wheels come off, you have a lot of videos out, and then you get used to it. You genuinely do. When I first started out on my main channel, because my main channel is years old, I started back in COVID, and I showed my face. I barely started VTubing again, roughly a year and a half, 2 years ago. And for me, I started out, if I don't know if you guys know these creators, it was like Jacksepticeye, Afro Sinju, kind of like a, who else was I watching? Soda Poppin'. It was this weird kind of memey but really funny mix that I had. And then I started to kind of come into my own. You get the lingo, you also start getting your personality. I think that's very important too. Don't be afraid for the first couple of videos that you sound exactly like somebody else, or that it's not even perfect. It's not going to be.
All of that in your
It's
brain,
never
so
going
you
to
start
be.
to understand what you'd like to do, what you'd
Yeah.
like to try, and now you have a list of things to try as soon as you're actually like, your model's done, you're making content or whatever. To
Yeah.
be honest, become content pilled. Yeah, it takes a long time to develop that, so
Yeah.
it'd be good. Content should be posted to Twitter for the express reason of getting people off Twitter to your channel. Yeah, exactly. You don't want to get Twitter.
Not anymore. I need to make this very specific. This is 2026. This was a year ago. Twitter pays you for posts now. So the Twitter game has changed. So I want to say this is like 50-50. Because you can also live stream on Twitter now, or X. Like X pays you for your posts and you get money for streaming. So the game has changed. So keep that in mind. I want to say that now. Keep that in mind.
Followers who are just going to be Twitter followers, it doesn't get you anything. You can't sell anyone anything through Twitter. You can reply a lot and have people enjoy you, but they're not going to watch other stuff. Now, if you're just doing this as a hobby,
Now, TikTok, you can sell stuff. I've done a lot. Ask anybody in my chat. If I'm live, ask anybody in my chat. I've done a lot of TikTok. Like a lot. When I first started VTubing on TikTok, it was roughly like 500 per live. And then I kept getting suspended. TikTok is wild. I can't with that app, man. It's so annoying. Super, super annoying.
really want to
But TikTok, you can sell stuff.
monetize it, nothing wrong with that. Don't worry about it. And I don't think you should go into it thinking you're going to monetize it unless you're like already self, right? So it's like maybe like a serious hobby for you, maybe not a job. You got to start thinking about it differently. You know what I mean? A lot.
Yeah, this is true. And a great example, I was just thinking about this. So even something, if once you start taking it more and more seriously, your thumbnails, what you write in it. So this was almost a week ago and it's at 37. Another example is actually this bear video. The way you market stuff matters a lot. It's really weird. I was watching Soda and Nick on the Punch Down podcast talk about how it all works because they've been doing this since they were like, Jesus, I think like 12, 11 years. They are like OGs, man. And they were saying it's cringe. Like it sucks that your thumbnail has to be extremely cringe. The what you put, like the actual title needs to be super cringe too. But then you see your numbers go up drastically. And it's that there's this really weird middle ground of kind of low-key selling out the way you feel versus what works. Because you can be like, hey, I want to be this type of creator and it's not working. And then you do something super cringe and then it blows up. And now you're at a crossroads. Now you're sitting here like me, like I said, now I'm sitting here at a crossroads like this is drastic. Right now I have to sit here and this is what she's talking about. It becomes more serious. The more you do it, it gets more and more serious, more and more and more and more and more. So I think, again, me showing my numbers, I hope this could inspire other people. You know, don't be afraid to look at your numbers and don't be afraid that you tell yourself, hey, I want to take this seriously. Don't ever be ashamed of that. Even if it's a hobby. Like I've been playing guitar for 17 years now. I would say that's pretty serious. I'm pretty strenuous on my training for guitar and stuff like that. I did a couple of guitar videos that did really well. So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. When you decide and you literally make that decision, hey, I think I want to do this. Put your feet down, 10 toes down on it. 10 toes down, 20 finger, 20, what is it? 20 fingers? Yeah, 20 fingers on the floor too. Just all of it.
Got it into their mind that they have to be streamers and they like all.
Bro, oh. So this was my first problem that I ran into actually. I had to ask myself, do I want to be a streamer or do I want to be a YouTuber? These are two completely different worlds. I need you guys to realize that. And I realized this when I moved into the house I'm in because I didn't have as much time because I was working so much. If I was just a YouTuber, I probably would have twice as many subs and twice as many videos. But streaming is then it's like right here, it's right now. We got to stream, we got to do this right now, right? You see what I mean? And then with YouTube, I can record 7 videos in one day and I'm good for like a month. Or maybe even longer, depending on how many I do. So another question you should ask yourself, am I a streamer or am I a YouTuber? Because these are fundamentally two different things that you have. These are two different requirements, right? So this is a YouTube video. This is not a stream. This is pre-recorded. I'm in my gaming room, recording this off rip.
Try to become streamers, and I don't think it's the right route for everyone, especially because like streaming takes a lot of hours to get anything out of it. But you could spend arguably fewer hours just making a fuck ton of shorts and be
Bro, I was just about to say, listen, I'm gonna say this right now and a lot of y'all are gonna get really mad. When I say mad, y'all are probably about to get really mad at me. Pokimane gives really good advice. One thing Pokimane said that, and this is, again, like I said, when I realized it. So this was I saw this video around the time I was thinking of becoming a VTuber when I was still showing my face. Pokimane said, if one or the other isn't working, put more time into the one that's working. If you're streaming and you're getting like 20 to 30 people a stream, do 8-hour streams because it's working. But if you're doing YouTube and you're getting way more out of YouTube than you are out of streaming, do YouTube way more. You can still stream, just balance it out. Like I used to do 8 hour streams almost every single day and I wasn't getting much out of it. But once I started doing YouTube and recording and just having fun, I got way more out of YouTube and shorts than I did out of streaming. And I think that's really good advice. Maybe put 8 hours into making YouTube videos and then do like a 2 to 4 hour stream and cut it short. You see what I mean? I hope that makes sense. And I think that's very decent advice because I think people seem to have this mindset of you have to do 8 and 8 or 4 and 4. And it's like, it's up to you, but do it in a way that does benefit you. What works? But in order for you to see if it works, you have to do it. I would say maybe for a month straight, as much as you can, do 8 hour streams, gather data. Another month, the next month after that, do YouTube. Do 8 hours, just put your head down to the desk. YouTube videos and shorts. And then gather it all up, see what works well for you. Because it's going to be different for everybody. Like Call Me Chris blew up on TikTok. That's a short form. Remember the Vine days? Remember Andrew Gooden? Andrew's a YouTuber now. He doesn't stream. I don't know if he makes shorts or not, but you kind of see my point. You see what I mean?
Why not? Why not just do that first? Why, honestly, why stream for your first like 6 months? But why stream in your first couple of months?
I think it's an illusion. I think people are led to believe that they have to be streamers to do this because actually, now that I think about it, can you guys let me know down below a VTuber that is exclusively YouTube videos? I think almost every single VTuber live streams. I'm not even joking. Iron Mouse, she streams. Everyone that I've reviewed, every single person, Rauda, God, her name, Rauda, streamer. Does Nux stream? He's the only person that I can think of at the top of my head. Does Nux talk and stream? Actually, I'm very curious. Does he stream? He does. He's a streamer. Yes, he does. I think to answer this question for Giga, it's an illusion. I think because everybody that is a VTuber streams and gets money from streaming, that they believe they have to also be streamers. That's just me.
Instead of just purely doing like shorts and some videos and things and then start streaming if you want to stream, right?
I don't know, because people like Queso got famous from doing shorts from his streams. I don't know if he started out. I'm new to Queso, by the way. I know I'm super late. It's 2026. I am absolutely like far behind. But as far as I know, Queso, I'm gonna hit videos. I'm gonna hit oldest 3 years. I don't know if these are streams or not. Are these streams? Hold on.
Hey, y'all been asking for the park big man bill that I got. I'm gonna come through for y'all real quick. But
it seems like a stream. This looks like a stream. Yes. Yeah, he was clipping streams. He also came from basketball. That's crazy. Anyway, let's finish. I know I'm talking a lot, but I think it's important, right? Especially again, since I'm smaller, and I really believe this could help a lot of people, because some people get anxious and stuff, but having someone like me who's very small talk about this, man, I know this could help a lot of people.
I started today, I'd do that. Shorts are iffy. Everything's iffy. Well, literally everything's iffy. I mean,
yeah, everything.
Like 0.01% of people even make it in content at all. But you have more of a chance of being randomly found.
This is something that Devin Nash said, because she said 1.7 people. Did you know that if you even just hitting the record button, I want you guys to think about this. Out of the millions and millions of YouTube channels, you just hitting the record button puts you in the 25% of content creators. Literally, not even putting it on YouTube, by the way. This is just hitting the record button. I believe Devin said 25%. And that's literally only hitting the record button. If you uploaded it's 15, I believe, 15%. And then you go deeper and deeper and deeper, and then you keep digging from there. I don't know what it is for 2026. This video that I saw from Devin was like 2 years ago, but you can kind of see what I mean. Even if you uploaded, you already are winning. I need you to sit there and think about that. You hitting the upload button, even if it's a cringe video or whatever, dude, 15%. That's amazing. You are already winning with just one video that you uploaded.
When you have nothing on YouTube versus then on doing that on Twitch or Twitter, right? It's just like it's so hard to make it work out when you have nothing on those platforms. Whereas on YouTube, if you make a fresh account and you just start posting stuff, as long as that stuff is good, YouTube always like tries to give you some recommendations, at least to start with. So I feel like that's like, it's less time consuming and it's a better spot to put your energy into. And then if it starts to work or it doesn't work, or maybe certain things work, you can figure out your content and really think about it critically, right? But if you're just like, I'm going to people stream, I'm going to get a model and I'm just going to stream and I'm just going to do that for months, and you're not really streaming to many people, you don't have enough viewers or people around commenting.
This goes to what I said that Pokimane said. See what works and doesn't work. Because it's really weird. Some people genuinely randomly out of the blue just pop off on streaming. Don't know why. It just does. You got to see what works.
On things to get really good feedback to know what's working. It's like not enough of a data set, right? So it's hard to figure out like what you should be doing. And I think, arguably if it's a hobby, you should just do whatever you want. But at the same time, if you do intend to grow, because people who say they don't want to grow or,
Yeah. I don't know. So here's what I can say from what I've heard. By the way, I do a lot of anime conventions. I work liaison and co-hosting. So I speak with a lot of voice actors, directors, sound engineers, streamers. I have pictures with me and a bunch of streamers, YouTube content creators. It's just kind of interesting hearing their side. To them, it's once you hit, I hear the same thing every time. When you hit certain numbers, it's just clockwork. You snap your finger, you wake up and you gained like 10,000 subscribers. There's just certain benchmarks that the algorithm will push you in. The other thing is that, hold on.
And I think, arguably if it's a hobby, you should just do whatever you want. But at the same time, if you do intend to grow, because people who say they don't want to grow or,
Oh, that's what I was going to say. The other thing is when talking to these creators, I actually have met smaller creators too. And you'll be surprised. Some creators are just like, dude, I'm chill with like 25, 50 people in my stream. And we're just chilling, vibing, talking crap and just making memories. And it's kind of interesting because when watching Devin yet again, you can monetize that and you can make thousands. Again, not like, 30 grand a month. No, but you can get a good like 1 to 2K from like 50 people, dedicated just fans, 50 people, that are subbed. You have a good stream. You'll be surprised, man. Some streamers, and again, if you're in the OTK circle, or at least you watch them, you'll hear once every blue moon, Soda, Asmongold, maybe Nick talk about some streamers are just like, hey man, I'm 100 Andy. I'm 100 person Andy, and I am loving it. I don't want to be the next. I've heard this too at conventions. No, I do not want to be the next Asmongold. I do not want to be the next Kai Cenat. I'm chill at 100. I'm chill at 50. I'm chill at 25. I think the other thing that helped me out is how high do you want to go? How high do you want to go? You should sit down and ask yourself that question as well. I think that's very, very reasonable as well. That helped me a lot. It did. It pushed me through all of the bad times, all of the bad videos that I put out. I think this could be a very great question to ask yourself too.
I'd say nine out of 10 times they're lying. They would like it. They're just trying to not look like they want money, because that's fair. Not everyone's trying to make it a money thing. They all want it to grow so that they can feel like they're doing a good job, right? I think it's good to do something where you potentially at least can grab more people seeing it, so you get more feedback, so you know what to improve on, right? You could grab a PNG.
I think that's what makes it difficult. It's really funny. She's talking about things I was thinking about literally like 2 days ago. I was thinking to myself, if you don't have a lot of people, if you don't have a lot of eyes on you, how would you even know what to what to improve on. And I think there's a market gap there. I guess you can say kind of like a senpai, someone who can once in a while, once every blue moon, watch your videos and then literally tell you like, hey, this was good, this was bad, this thumbnail's good, the title's bad, or vice versa. You know what I mean? Someone that if you want to take it seriously, you have someone that's like, hey, I think this could, help you or not help you and stuff like that. That right there, I think is what also gets a lot of people stuck. I know a lot of smaller VTubers currently right now who pretty much say that. They're like, I feel like I'm doing a good job, but I don't quite know what areas to improve or not improve on. Because if you look around, a lot of us, let's just be real, bro. Like we're doing the same thing. It comes down to personality, your model maybe. It can even come down to expertise. Like, are you speaking on things that other people don't know? And that makes you stand out. It's a lot of things. And that's what makes it difficult. Where do you think you can get better at? You don't know unless you ask or someone tells you. But if you're so small, you won't have that data. Do you see the kind of Ouroboros that can happen? Why some people would be like, oh, I've been a smaller streamer for like 7 years. Sometimes, or even like, hey, I've been doing this for X amount of time and, I haven't seen any growth. And you can tell that they really do want to. They have a high video count usually and stuff like that. So dang, man, that's an Ouroboros right there. Because it can be a cycle you can get stuck in. I think there's a market for that, for people who really want to get better. But you would have to find a senpai. But the problem is, like, who do you ask? Like, do you really think I can just text Guga? Do you think I can text Giga right now and just be like, hey, no, because she's probably busy. You got to be in these. That's why it's weird, right? It's this weird kind of situation that you get put in.
Up and down like Machinima and do comedy skits like Haruka. Yeah, you don't even.
No, yeah. And this is one thing I try to tell people, dude. You can just do a PNG tuber. Like, it's depending. It's anywhere from like $10 all the way up to like $100. My PNG tuber was 70, I believe. 70. It's been a while since I've gotten it. I think it was 70 for my PNG. And you could start out with that. This is even something that 39 Daft did. She has this like egg with her face on it, and it's like a meme. Bam, there you go. You can start. You see what I mean?
In need, and look at all the YouTubers that just do content with their voice only and some random images. Like you could do that to sort of like get used to being a content creator.
You want to know what's so funny? That's like what, early Leafy, when he was just talking and he would have his little Terra from Wind Waker kind of moving around, and it would be a static image. It's just moving left and right, and that's all. Or even like really, really, really early Nux Taku. I don't want to say really early. No, not really early. Maybe a couple of years ago, like around the pandemic, around that area. It's literally just his little VTuber, and it's just a PNG, and it's just shaking up and down, and that's it.
And learning how to
that right there, maybe what, $30?
Do the thing, and then later on decide if you even want that other stuff. Why shorts over longer videos? Making longer videos, scripting them out, everything is hard.
Bro, it's man, I've been late on videos, and Rora, my editor, who's probably going to look at this, will tell you. I've given her videos at the very last second. Oh my God. Because it's a lot of work. It is. And even if I go to my shorts, the view count is 10 times higher. It's 10 times higher, 1,000, pretty much 1,000, 1,000, 2,000, 1,000, 2,000, 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 1,000, almost 1,000. Shorts are just so good, man. Shorts are killing it right now, guys.
To make quality videos like that. There's a reason why most streamers, their only videos are just stream highlights and not like things made for YouTube, like white glove YouTube only content kind of thing. Also, yeah, the shorts algo is a bit more forgiving. It's more likely to be launched a little bit. But yeah, shorts, because they are short, they're a little easier to make, and you don't have to script out a long thing. So if you have an idea but you don't know how to make that idea into 10 minutes of content, we'll make it into like 30 seconds.
You want to know something? I've actually gotten ideas from my own shorts. Like I would make a short on like TikTok, because my TikTok shorts are dedicated. Sometimes, especially if I'm doing like VR chat kind of comedy, I would get an idea for a video and then I would do it as a video after. So like they can piggyback off of one another.
Right. So I think if you are a content creator starting out and you don't really know that much about content, you're much better off trying to just make shorts work out for you, and then from there maybe doing a bigger video. If you start off with long videos, I think most people have a hard time, personally. Yeah, longer content takes more time to produce. Yeah, because you could shit out like 20 shorts, or you could make like one long video that might not get
Bro, it's just funny hearing her say shit out shorts.
picked up by the algo, and you just end up wasting more time, whereas you could build up your channel with shorts, or they're in like their first job or two and they're working and they don't have time to like go crazy on content. So I don't know, I think you're just better off making some damn shorts, to be honest. Record 1 hour of Minecraft and chop it into 10-minute videos. Dude, the Minecraft algo goes fucking
It depends though.
crazy. If you like Minecraft and you could play a lot of hours,
Oh my fucking God, dude, Minecraft. I've been asked so many times to do Minecraft and my eyes bleed. I'm so serious. I would rather play Fortnite. I think it's just because I don't know Minecraft. Like I look at it and I just get bored. Even though it's really funny because I'm playing V Rising, which is pretty damn similar. Not literally, but it's pretty similar. And I'm playing Lego Fortnite. It's like, why not play Minecraft? I don't know. I think it's because Minecraft, it has a kid kind of aesthetic to it that I just turned my head away and I'm like, I'd rather play. So I don't know. I'll figure it out. That's something. And by the way, here's a really good lesson. Me just now saying all of that about Minecraft. This is one of the problems you'll run into. Something that's popular that you know is going to work and you refuse to do it. This is another thing that will happen a lot. Because I could do a really, really funny Minecraft video, but then you have to realize like, man, then I would just get stuck in the Minecraft algorithm. And that's why I said on here too, if I keep doing my journey through VTubing too much, it's just gonna push me into the corpo VTuber kind of algorithm, which I'm very afraid of. I don't want to just stay in that kind of corner. So I wonder if I still have my main channel. This is so great because I can tell you guys my journey, what I've been through, and maybe help you guys out. I think I took it out because that was showing my face and I wanted to be a VTuber. Yeah, I took it out. Oh no, I didn't. I thought I did. So I did back then when KDA came out. I did a ton of reacts to KDA and I got put in the League of Legends algorithm. Guys, that was not it. Because if I did anything outside of League of Legends, it would not push my video out. It was like, nah, bro, you will not get your video pushed. And that's annoying. It's very, very, very annoying. Oh, wait, it says they're unlisted. I don't know, but let's continue.
of it, just be a Minecraft content creator. Don't even be like, I'm gonna be a variety VTuber.
Yeah, you see, even she's saying it. When you make certain types of content, YouTube will literally pigeonhole you into that content only. That's why you see people with multiple channels. This is the precise reason why you see people with like 3-4 YouTube channels, because the algorithm will literally push you and funnel you into into just one thing, and that is it. And it is very annoying.
Just go fucking make Minecraft videos and be happy. You'll have a great time, I promise.
Yeah.
So it seems like the meta for content changes every couple weeks, so it's very hard. So here's the problem.
The meta, from what I've heard, and I heard Afro Sinju talk about this, the YouTube algorithm, this was years ago, by the way, is in seasons. So think of it like for 3 months, it's, let's say, gaming. The next 3 months, it's documentaries. The next 3 months, it's 1 hour plus videos that get pushed out more. It's in like seasons, but there's so many different niches that you have to hope that you become in that cycle. It's really weird. It's really, 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 really weird. But that's what Afro Sinju said. YouTube is in like seasons.
Shouldn't look at the meta too much. Worked out for him. Now, he deleted some old shit that didn't work out. I'll just say that. But he took the stuff that did work out and he kept repeating it. And it looks like this. How far can you fall in Minecraft? The most damage in Minecraft. The strongest Minecraft mob. 3 of these videos. The rarest blank in Minecraft, right? There's a huge level of consistency to what he did, right? And like, not gonna lie, if I liked one of these shorts, I would instantly sub to this channel without watching the other shorts because I would look at how they're all like
exactly. I wonder if it'll pop up. It should. On my analytics, I got majority of my subs, by the way, through shorts and not even analytics. Here we go. Majority of the subs I got right here. Oh, wait, what am I doing? Majority of the subs I got were from, like, I get almost 30,000 a month. And if you look here, this was a short. This is subscribers. Shorts. I get majority of my subs through shorts and not like actual YouTube videos. But I still do YouTube videos.
content, and I'd be like, wow, that's reliable. I know that thing I liked, I'm gonna find more of it. I'm gonna hit sub, right?
Yeah.
And it would work. It would work. That first brought me here, so I don't know if I'm gonna press the sub button. So I don't know. People will be like, oh, the meta changes, but I think you just should do a thing. And the moment one thing works, keep
Devin talked about the concept of repeatability. So a great example is, let's say I show up on Giga's stream. You will sit there and go, oh, he looks cool, his model's whatever, this and that, but you don't sub. But what if you see me 5 times on Giga's stream? You see repeatability. You start to become familiar, and then you start subbing because you see them and you're like, wait, he is kind of funny. Oh, wait a second. Giga is on Hikaru's stream. Oh, wait, now it's Kenji and Giga and Hikaru, and this is my first time seeing Kenji. You see what I mean? As long as it keeps going.
doing that one thing. There you go. That's your personal meta. It doesn't mean it's the meta. You know what I'm saying? And make sure it's a thing you like doing.
And like I said, dude, make sure it's the thing you like doing, or at the very least, you're willing to be like, I'm okay with it, but I don't mind, such and such in doing this type of video. Like I think Minecraft is cringe, but that's not to say that I won't do a Minecraft video. I don't mind it, right? Despite the fact how I feel about it. And that's what I talk about, that kind of dissonance you have with yourself. Hey, this is what I want to do, but what I'm doing isn't working. So I got to do something, possibly, getting out of your comfort zone. You see what I mean? I gotta get out. Oh my God, this was, you know what? I'm gonna add one. This is gonna be next. This is definitely gonna be next. Alrighty, guys, we got no Hasaurus. Narissa gave advice for an upcoming indie. Let's see what this is.
Okay, wait one sec. Raven Tails, thank you very much for the.
This food donated 100. This food donated 100. Oh my God.
Akasupa, any tips for an indie figuring out rigging and stuff right now, but thinking about the debut I announced before and still a bit lost. Oh, I see. You're an upcoming VTuber and you're hoping for some advice. Naruhodo ne. I'll be honest, I don't know if I'm the best person to ask.
I'm not gonna lie, it's not to be mean. I was just thinking that. I was quite literally just thinking the same thing.
I probably the best advice I could give is just, do what's best for you. Don't feel like you've got to do like too much. Especially like as an indie, like things are expensive. Like things are really expensive.
Yeah.
As a VTuber, you know.
Like Shy Lily, I think she spent like $10,000 on her model, and I think there was one clothes change in there. So it can get, in the snap of a finger, it can get expensive. My model, the one you're seeing right now, this was, I think I paid seven or 800 for it to be fully from scratch. In terms of rigging and the what's it called, the part before that where you model it out and clip it all up, the modeler. 800 for the whole thing, all from one person. And then before that, right, getting it even just drawn out and stuff like that, that was another like 100, because there's a lot of back and forth what you do and don't like, and trying to have that conversation and getting different things done. I even went to different people to really make sure and get different eyes on it and see what they think and stuff like that. So it adds up super quick. So pretty much what you're seeing here, roughly 2 years ago, year and a half, 2 years ago, $1,000, like in from start to finish.
So like, if you can't afford something, that's okay. You don't need to have all the fancy bells and whistles of like a VTuber debut. Like if you don't have them, you know.
Bro, I always say this. If you guys really want to get into VTubing, PNG tubing, 20-30 bucks, there you go. Bam. You already, yeah, start with the PNG tuber. Bam, 20-30 bucks. Easy. And then you can do the Leafy / Nux Taku, where you just have your PNG in the middle, have it move, like I was saying earlier, have it move around. Bam, there you go. You can start making videos. It's very simple. You don't need a lot. If you have VR, guys, VR chat is literally free. And they improved the camera for VR chat. So now doing content in VR chat is like 10 times easier. Let me see if I can find a video like this. Like, it's super simple now. Super simple. And it looks amazing. It's super fun, super cool, and it looks nice. VR chat, completely free. Free game if you have VR, by the way. I need to make that very clear. The lowest, I think it's 300 for our Oculus, and then maybe like another 30 bucks on a cord. Hook it into your computer. There you go. PC VR. Bam. There you go. If you already have it and you have a PC, hook your Quest into your PC, $30 little cable. Bam. There you go. You off to the races. And I can prove this, actually. I have a friend of mine on TikTok, and she does VR chat live streams. It's literally nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. Purple. I just want you. I think if people see what their options are, where is? Oh, I'm not logged in on here. Dang. I thought I was logged. I have two computers, by the way. I thought I was logged in here. I have a buddy named Purple. And I don't know how to pronounce the other one. She wrote her name in Spanish. Completely free VR chat. Look at that, bro. 4,000. Look at this. Easy content. You get a camera for free, by the way. Everything I'm saying within VR chat, you do not have to pay for. Literally every single thing. This is her stream. A highlight of her lives is just her sitting there having fun, talking, and just doing whatever. Very easy. You don't need to think about it, especially if you have VR already. I think people should see the different type of options they have so they know where they can dip their toes in, especially if they don't want to spend a lot of money.
It's okay to just not worry about it. You know what I mean?
It's really funny because Narissa's talking about this advice and she doesn't even seem sure. She's like, is this good advice? I think so.
Yeah, be a VTuber you want to watch yourself. I think one really important thing too is to consider what's your sell, you know, like what's important as a streamer is figuring out like what you have to offer the audience.
Again, you don't need to be a streamer. I think it's an illusion. I think most people are streamers, because most VTubers are streamers rather than, being one because you want to be a streamer, which is very different.
Audience, you know? Who do you want to watch you? What kind of audience do you want to build, and how do you plan to build them?
Good advice.
So, like, for example, if you're like, if you really like to scream, and you're like, you really like first FPS games, then like you probably want to get fans who like FPS games, so you should probably play a lot of them. But yeah, I think if you want to be a VTuber, those are really the things. It's not easy, especially as an indie. In fact, as an indie, I'd say it's really, really hard. Just by virtue of like the fact that there's so many VTubers. There's so many indie VTubers, there's so many good corporate VTubers that it's hard to stand out, you know? So I think it's really important.
So it's really interesting. This was another thing I was told. There's a lot of people graduating and starting going indie, and then they just immediately blow up. And that's been destroying a lot of people's confidence. Because there's a lot of new VTubers that randomly came out, and guess what? They're immediately at like 500K. And it distorts the reality of like doing content, because they were previously someone else. And the same kind of, and we spoke about this earlier, the same kind of goes for corpos, right? Like if you sign a hollow, of course you're going to have some type of success. So some people don't like listening to corpos, but I always say do it anyway. Like, don't be dumb. You should listen to them 100%. You should. So there is a little bit of, there's a little bit of what can you do, but also what is everybody else doing? And it's like, I'm just saying it again. How can you copy and make something your own? How can you take something and then spin it in your own kind of way that fits you?
Yeah. I think it's really important to find out what makes you different. But yeah, I guess if I was trying to give a new...
I think for me to answer that question, and this is me applying this to myself, as I said, it's my model. I don't see a lot of people with a model that's even close to mine. Nowhere near close to this. And I think that's why, minus minus all the memes I have on me, like the bunny ears and stuff like that. But I don't see a lot of people with my model, period. I don't see people that look like this. I see a lot of people who are, in other ways the same. I'm not going to actually say it, but I see there is a lot of sameness to some degree, which I've also seen complaints about. So I do think even just your model, there's a lot of that too. You have to take into consideration, even your model, how are you different? I had a friend, Roto, shout out to Roto. She's one of the very few aliens that I know. There's not a lot of aliens. And I think she was so smart for noticing that. For noticing there's not a lot of alien VTubers, so I'm going to be an alien. And I think that would help me stand out. And it did help her. It helped her a lot. I think Roto Knight was very smart for that.
Advice, it would be that. Just do it,
That too. That too. I know it's probably like a meme for like Shia LaBeouf, blah, blah, blah. But you'll be surprised, dude. Guys, just hit the record button and start throwing everything at the wall. Gameplay, do commentary, do react, do everything, figure it out, see what works for you, but make sure you're comfortable as well. Make sure you are also okay with, hey, I just played Minecraft and it did very well. Well, do you want to go down the Minecraft rabbit hole and only make Minecraft stuff? You see what I mean? So I think that's important. Start throwing stuff at the wall and don't be afraid. Yo, we got hollow cuts. This is great. We got the late and great Gura Super excited about this, actually. Very, very, very excited about the advice Guru's gonna give.
Mr. Polly, is being a VTuber really that good? Because I want to start streaming using VTuber. The problem is that doing all this costs a lot of money. Is it worth starting to do VTuber? I think that's only a question that you can answer.
Ooh. Yo, Gura with the wisdom, bro. Gura with the wisdom.
I think that if VTubing is something that you genuinely want to try, streaming with a VTuber avatar, then I say do it. Don't worry about all the extra stuff that.
Yeah. There's this mindset that I was told. How long ago was this? A week or two ago? I'm doing this in spite of. That's the mindset that I want you guys to have. I am doing this in spite of. Well, being a streamer is oversaturated. Well, I'm doing it anyway. Being a VTuber is oversaturated. I'm doing it in spite of that. You need to, if you want to do this, and I do mean in a serious kind of way, it's all mindset. It's the same thing with like wanting to rank up. Like this is just an example. In Rivals, I kept getting told, hey, you're never going to climb out of silver, because I got demoted from gold 2 down to silver 2 or 3. And everybody kept telling me, oh, bro, matchmaking's bad. And I said, in spite of that, I'm still going to get out of it. And I did, actually. I got up back to gold 3. I did. I jumped back out. You have to have the mindset. It is in spite of, I will do.
That you see that other people have, I would say. I mean, I don't know. This is just I think my predicament is quite a bit different. But I would say that even if you are starting from nothing, I would say still start. Do it.
And again, it's really interesting having a little bit over 10 years of experience at anime conventions. They all say the same thing. Do it, dude. I can't say this enough. Hit the record button. I think me being at 700, literally 10 months ago, I was at 0. Like, guys, you have to realize 10 months ago, I was at 0. The oldest video was 10 months ago, and I'm at 7. And again, in spite of it, I was just like, you know what? It should be fine. Let's just do it. Let's just go and just hit the ground running, man.
Do it. Don't worry about everything else. Just do it in a way that is comfortable for you and that will let you express yourself. You can be a PNG. You can puppeteer it yourself. The Discord, you know the stuff that we use on stream, and quite a few other VTubers.
Gura. That's PNG.
The light up thingy. You can do that too. Just
that's PNG, Gura.
Make a character, and then draw your own character, and then have mouth open and mouth closed, and then just
bam,
set off.
Mouth open, mouth closed. Let me see if I can find it for you guys. Because, do I have it on this computer? I don't think I do. Oh, actually, right here. This is one of them. This is mouth closed. And then I have one with mouth open, if I can find it. I even use this sometimes, like the little drinking emoji, and then I have it just jump up and down. I guess we don't use it. This is one too, right here, this thumbnail. Just mouth open, mouth closed, bam.
On your audio. So you mom. So you kind of move, but not really. It's free. Don't have to worry about getting like.
Well, it's not free. You have to get the art made, right? It's not free. They're talking about Fugi, or Discord Reactive, but you have to be in a VC. That's the downside. You have to be in a VC for it to work. So if you're not in some type of Discord VC, it won't work. But it's still, even if you're alone, it don't matter.
Like a rigging and all that stuff. Because I understand that's expensive. I mean, I don't know what goes on with all that on HoloLive side. but I've taken a walk and I've seen there's groups of people. I think they're called like guilds and stuff that will do all the rigging and stuff, and then there's freelance artists that will also do it. It's very expensive. But then I look at the program, the Live 2D Cubism program or something.
It depends. There's different programs. I'm using VTube Studio. It's cheap anyway. It's like, how much is, I bought VTube Studio a long time. What is it, like $5-10? It's super cheap. You can get it on your phone, $5-10.
And I was like, wow, haha, well, that's tricky looking. But I don't know, the tech is...
Actually, I want to add, if you want to get started for fun and just see if you like it, if I'm not mistaken, isn't Waterdoll free? I'm pretty sure Waterdoll is free, right? Yeah, you can use this as well. You can use Waterdoll for 3D, and it's absolutely free. And they do have like free little 3D models that you can use to try out and see if you like it or don't like it. For a second, this looked like Zenless. I'm not gonna lie to you. And it's completely free. If you just want to dip your toes in, and by the way, VTube Studio is free, but if you want to get rid of the watermark, I believe it's what, $10, something like that. Because there's a big watermark that says VTube Studio on it. But other than that, you have a lot of free options to even just dip your toes in, guys. Literally to just try it out and see if it's for you.
And then there's like some models that look like they have 3D implemented into the 2D. It's really crazy.
Oh yeah, it gets crazy. It does. Yeah, and this is why I say you should listen to corpos as well. Listen to both sides. Listen to indies, listen to corpos, listen to everybody, because this was great advice. This is something that I'm glad I did all of this. I'm super glad. Super glad. And I think you guys should take this in too if you have always been considering doing VTubing, genuinely. Guys, we got a fan channel for Lily. Lily gave advice on how to become a VTuber. I think this is really good because Shy Lily is indie. Well, or didn't she start in, wait, I'm pretty sure she started indie, right? And then she got, yeah. Okay, I'm not tripping. Yeah, Shy Lily, very indie. Listening to both sides, this would be really good.
Easy to say, don't be nervous. Obviously, for streaming like I do, chat.
I keep saying it too. Streaming, guys, figure it out. Streaming is a lot. Oh man, and here's why. Actually, let me at least explain, because I keep saying it. You don't know how you're gonna feel on stream day. You just don't. Like, you're making commitments in the future and you have no idea at that point in time how you're gonna feel. And it can be exhausting, bro, especially when nobody's there and there's maybe 1 to 5 people. It can be very difficult. A great example is whenever I stream, sometimes I get people being like, there's nobody talking, why are you talking? And I'm sitting here like, you realize that's part of when somebody comes in, like, imagine you're watching a stream and your streamer isn't talking or doing anything. It's like there's this really weird thing that happens. I've gotten used to literally no chat being here. Like, I can yap. I already can tell that very first clip with Giga, that was 40 minutes. I can yap all day, but it's something you get used to. But that's why I said, think of it like a rep. Think of your social kind of aspect of your life like a muscle. You got to work it out, right? It's a social muscle. Once you start doing it and you get used to it, it's just second nature. I really can't overstate how I've had people come in my chat and be like, nobody's talking. It's crazy how much you're talking right now. I've had my old buddy Alex, who's also a streamer. He's like, that's something I need to work on. Not me, but him. Like, he's saying he needs to work on that. Because you will be surprised at how many people go in and out. Whenever I end my stream, sometimes I'm surprised that I see that there were like 30 unique people going in and out of my stream. And I always wonder, at what time? Was it when I wasn't talking? Is it when I was talking? Or was I just locked in Rivals and I wasn't talking, but I was, you know what I mean? It just depends. But I think, yeah, that's a good start, or one of them. Go back full screen. Full screen.
It's running fully functioning, high quality, high FPS 2D model. All of that eats up on your PC. Obviously, this costs a lot, but everyone thinks that this is what you have to start with. I didn't even have a face cam. Then I had a face cam. Then I replaced face.
Bro, so here's what I'm going to say. And this is where I messed up. And this is where you guys can learn a lesson from me in terms of mistakes that I've made. I did think you needed all of that because I didn't understand streaming when I first started. Now, to be fair, I did start out with a very tiny PC. It was like this back in 2020 when we got the $1,200 check. Not 2020, 2019 or somewhere very close. And we got those $1,200 checks, the stimulus checks. I bought a PC. I bought a 2070 Super. I wonder if I can find, because I think it's super important. People see like the beginning of how people start, not just how people start, but like the progression. Because too many people look at people like Asmongold, they look at Shy Lily, they look at all these people with like double monitor, single computer, but they got like a 7080 NVIDIA and all this crazy stuff. You see what I mean? And you don't see the beginning, the starting out. And this is what part of this video is for. So you can, what? Because I know I have a picture of it on Facebook. So this is a picture of my very first computer, of how I started. My very, very first computer. Oh, that's not even the 20. This was before the 2070 Super that I got. Very cheap computer. This was a secondhand graphics card I got from my old friend. Very just whatever. And not only that, it's on the floor, on tile at that. So the dust was easier to accumulate. And it was just bad, dude. It was a very bad kind of setup. Maybe you can argue the G-Skill RAM was the most bougie thing I had in here. I think you should see how people started. This is very important. And then I'll show you guys the progression of my PCs. So this is what this was. Okay, so I went from this right here. I went from this, and then I went to this. I got 4 monitors because, again, I thought I needed all of those monitors and stuff like that. And then I ended up getting 2 PCs. One was water cooled. I even had a custom made backplate, and this is the 2070 I was talking about. And then I went to a dual PC build, and this was still very early, like very, very early in like my quote unquote content kind of creation. And then after this, what I have, do I have a picture of this setup? I believe I do. And now this is what I have. This is literally, you're seeing my current setup that that I'm recording with. You'll even see my OBS open and everything. This is what I have right now, because I found out I didn't need 4 monitors. I still technically don't even need 2 computers. I can get rid of one and stuff like that. I got rid of when I say a lot of, I got rid of a lot of this. I don't have this anymore. I don't have my Steam Deck. Technically I have it. It's back here, but I'm not using it. I found out what I do and don't need, or what is nice to haves. I just changed my cases. I still have my 2070 Super. I think you guys should see the evolution. And the reason I say this is primarily because whenever we sit here and, you know, you consume the content, we talk about gear and all these things, I think too many people get caught up in the gear. Corey Kenshin started out, literally, no joke, with just a laptop that was crappy that he put on books. He put a bunch of books on top of a laptop. Like, really, really sit here and think about this. Corey Kenshin, one of the biggest YouTubers on the planet, started out with a laptop. And actually, I technically started out with a MacBook, and the screen was falling off. The screen was falling off of the MacBook. My very first video was on Epic 7 when Alencia released. Oh my God, dude. Yeah, so I know that was a lot. I just want you guys to see the mistakes I made. I should not have put so much time and money into the gear, and I should have put more time into the videos. That's literally the whole point I'm making. The gear comes naturally. It comes over time as you do this. Sorry, Aurora. I know you're gonna have to edit a lot. You're gonna have to edit a lot of that. But let's continue the video.
Camera for very cheap, Hatsune
Yep.
Miku looking model. And then I upgraded everything slowly but surely. You make those steps gradually when things work out, not right off the bat. Yeah, it's a gradual.
And that's the mistake I made. I put way too much thought, time, and energy into the gear.
Exactly. You start small and then upgrade. Too many people don't get into it because they think they have to go all in. Listen, it will be much nicer if you use your times where you don't have a big audience to trial and error. Listen back to the VODs, listen back to the sound quality.
It's really interesting because I'm going to say it again. You guys are going to hate me. Pokimane gives really great advice. I'm just trying to be real with y'all. Pokimane gives really good advice. And one other thing that she said that stuck with me, you have to get used to hearing your voice. It sucks because you're not going to have an editor in the beginning. I was editing my own videos, and the number one thing I hated was my own voice. Genuinely, it was so difficult to edit a video because I don't know what it is about my own voice that I personally do. I know you guys like it. I see the comments, but for me editing my voice, it made it more difficult. It did, genuinely. It made it way more difficult. And I know a lot of other people who say the same thing. Pokimane said that was one of the main things she had to get over, right? Because she didn't have an editor and all that when she first started either. There's a lot of this that once you start doing it, again, you just got to put time into it.
Volume quality, do all these things, gradually improve your speeds. You have to figure out what kind of person you are when it comes to streaming. Are you a screamer person like Joel? Are you more chill?
Oh, bro, I would say I'm chill and screaming. I scream a lot. Did y'all see that Marvel Rivals, bro? I can go from 0 to 100 at the snap of a finger. Oh my lord.
Like me. What about people who spend thousands before they get 5 viewers? If you have
that was me. Now, to be fair, here's what I will say. I was making, I think it was like 95K. Like I had the money, by the way. It's not like I went out. I need to make that clear too. But even though I had the money, I didn't need to do all of this. I need that to be said. I could have put way more time into other things. If you have the money, do it. I had the money, so I did it. That's different. These are two different things.
Money, you do you. I feel like if you have the money, you do you. Whatever it is you wanna do with money, you worked for it.
I could have went one computer, three monitor setup and saved. How much was this PC? Like $5-6 grand, and I could have put that toward an even better model. I could have put that on, an editor. You see what I mean, guys? Like all of the money that you're putting in. I could have paid, months of rent with that too, or I could have just literally held on to it and did whatever else. These things you do have to think about too.
You earned it.
Yeah, man.
You don't know what tomorrow brings. Don't take your money to the grave.
And that's why it's weird, because I'm not saying I literally regret it. I'm actually, there's a lot of benefits, by the way, to having two PCs. One is my streaming, the other is my gaming, and you're able to get really good quality. Like this monitor right here, by the way, guys, that you see, this is my gaming PC. This isn't even the streaming PC. Like this has all of my games on it. Like I don't do videos from my streaming PC. I pull up, I record on my streaming PC, but everything you see on screen, except my VTuber model. My VTuber model is on the streaming PC. But when it comes to gameplay, videos I watch, this is all my gaming. But it still doesn't mean I had to do it. It's what I'm getting at. I had the money. I afforded it without literally blinking twice. Rent was paid. but that could have went towards something else that would have been 10 times more effective.
You're comfortable, but you do you. As
Yes.
much as you love to watch VTubing and like the idea of VTubing, it may not be your thing. When
Yes.
I first swapped over to VTubing, it came with a lot of pros, but it came with a lot of cons too. You have no more IMs. You'll lose a lot of ways of communication and
Yes.
articulation.
Because facial recognition, technically, facial expressions, especially when speaking, it helps a lot. Now, I think VTubing does a better job at overall emotes. Like if you want to go way up there in those silly range, VTubing does that better than real life. But nothing beats seeing a human face and getting a reaction. Nothing beats that, period. And I think that's why sometimes reacting as a VTuber, it can be difficult, because then it just comes down to rigging and how much money you put into your model to make it animate a bit more, right? How much more can you get out of it?
You may just become a streamer still, but maybe you're a face cam kind of deal. Don't be opposed to the idea. It might.
Yeah, exactly. And it's still interesting because ultimately I want to be a bit more like Kason, where it's a bit of both, where it's face and VTubing. But later. That's way later. And I think Kason found a really good like middle ground. I'm so serious. I don't think you guys realize how serious I am when I say that. I think Kason did such a good job at finding that middle ground between the two.
Just be what you need to be entertaining.
Yes.
Lego.
Yeah. I think this was beautiful advice. Very good. Why is there a tank with, oh my God. But anyway, yes, this was super good advice too. I think everything Shy Lily said was on point. And I think it's even better coming from her because she's indie. Like she came up, you know what I mean? Scratching, trying to grab what she can, taking whatever straws she can get. I think it is 100% a really good video. Or I should say clip, because it's technically a clip from a stream. But yeah. Guys, we got Yomi Quinley. I'm assuming Quinley. AV tuber tips you need to know. I have no idea who this is. I don't know if they're corpo, indie. I have no idea. This is the first time I've ever seen them. But let's see the
My name's
advice.
Yomi Quinley. I got
Oh my God. This is low and that still came out kind of loud.
8 VTuber Twitch tips for you in less than 2 minutes. Let's go. Number 1, make sure that you turn off your viewer count. People will actually...
Yes. Oh my God. I tell people all the time, and it's super funny. When I started out on TikTok, I found out, and again, I was streaming on TikTok literally from the beginning. The moment that they allowed streaming, I was one of the first, what was it? I think 5,000 people, 5,000 people that was allowed to stream on it. And this was back when you needed I guess technically an agency in order to stream on TikTok. Like you couldn't just hit go live. In terms of gaming like this, using OBS, by the way, not the like from your phone, Instagram live kind of thing. Back then, you couldn't turn your viewers off. You had to, they didn't give you a choice. You had to see, what's it called? The view count on TikTok. You couldn't do it. Now you can, but before you couldn't. And a lot of people in chat kept saying like, oh, there's this many people in here. Oh my God, this is so fun. And I would literally have to tell them, yo, I do not care. You will get the same energy if there's nobody or there's 500 people in here. And again, you can come in my Twitch chat. There are people in my Twitch chat from TikTok. And they will literally tell you that is my attitude. Please, guys, never show your numbers because you want the same energy irrespective of how many people are watching, or else you end up, and this isn't to be mean, you end up like Mizkif. You end up caring way too much about your numbers and you get lost in the sauce. And then you start kind of going downhill. Turn it off at all times, every time, period. The only time you should see your numbers is at the very end when you get that email from Twitch. And even then, like I don't really, I look at them, I think like once every other week. Like every 2 weeks, I'll take a look at my stream because I want that same energy regardless. So I think that helps. I think immediately I agree with Yummy. Turn it off, guys. Great advice.
This, but Twitch's viewer count actually takes a whole minute to update at times.
And also, it's really weird. Some people say, and this is a video Devin Nash did. Do you listen to Streamlabs or whatever streaming platform that you're using to stream to Twitch, or do you listen to Twitch? It's very weird. Twitch's numbers are usually off. So I'll get two emails. I'll get an email from Twitch and then I'll get an email from like Streamlabs, and both of their numbers are different. Like Twitch will say I had less and Streamlabs will say I had more. And sometimes vice versa. It's just really weird on who to listen to. Most people listen to Twitch, but it just depends. It's really weird. It's a really odd thing. So please keep that in mind.
Whether you're streaming to 0 people or 100, you should always focus on being entertaining. And just because you do 0 and you start to act like there's nobody there, so you don't actually get that entertaining, then you see it.
But what did I say? What did I say earlier? And I think it was like 2-3 videos back. Whenever I get these emails and I got told, hey, you're still talking even though there's nobody in your chat. And then I'll get the email and it'll be like, oh, you had 30 unique people come into your stream and like take a look at you for a while. And I'm sitting here like, whoa, what the 30? It didn't feel like it, but apparently there were 30 people who came in and out. Kind of like a restaurant, right? So they come in, they dine, they leave. That's unique viewers, by the way. That's each unique person that came into your chat. And I would be surprised because it won't feel like it. But that's why I say you don't want to show your numbers. If you turn your numbers off, you don't know who's coming in and out. I even hide like the names of people that come in. Like, I don't want to see a list of people in my chat. I can care less. I do not care.
Eventually won, chances are that person already left about a minute ago.
But yeah,
talking to them. Number 2,
exactly.
Don't actually spend a lot of money or if anything at all. Don't let your overlays or your graphics ruin your confidence, because remember,
Wait, what? Wait, what?
About a minute ago because you weren't actually talking to them. Number 2, don't actually spend a lot of money or if anything at all. Don't let your overlays or your graphics ruin.
Oh, no, for sure. I think it depends. So here's my caveat and what I've learned for doing this since 2020. If you take it seriously, you should have these, because when people come in, they need to know that like you're all in on this, and it helps because it's something to look at. They can look around. I showed it earlier. They can look around your YouTube channel, right? They see the links. They see you have a background. You have links and everything. You look serious. Like, hey, this is what I want to do. This is exactly what I want to do. Unless you're known for that, someone like Soda Poppin', but even Soda Poppin' has a starting and ending stream and he has an overlay and stuff like that sometimes. It just depends on what you do. Maybe Forsen's a better example. He doesn't have any of this. Queso just uses his Twitch manager. He'll pull up his Twitch manager and it just has chat going, and that's how he starts his streams. So I say it's a caveat. Yes, Yomi is correct. I think this is good advice, but it depends. I think if you want to be taken seriously to some degree, you should have something to show. Like, again, it doesn't need to be all of it. It can be maybe your about me section looks a bit more put together, stuff like that, right? That's me, because I've seen comments of like, oh, you've updated, like my Twitch and stuff like that, and they'll be like, oh, you look a bit more serious. I've had these comments, not a lot. I need to make that clear, not a lot, but I've had them.
Because remember, you make your stream, not your graphic. Yes, they can be additive. Yes, they can be helpful, but they are not your core. If you can find free ones, there's plenty of websites.
Yes.
Out there,
I agree.
On .tv or just a couple, to name a few. If you need
yes, I agree.
cheap or custom one, you can actually just go on Fiverr for like $10 and find something like that. Number 3, plan a little bit. Ask what you want to do. It's okay to go.
I hate this part. Oh my God. You want to know what's so crazy? This is really good advice and I don't do it. So this is another moment that I should be learning. I do need to plan more. I don't know. It's really weird. It feels better doing things in the spur of the moment, rather than planning. It just does for me. Maybe because I've been like that my whole life, but planning is very important. And I hate to say this because I don't do this. I should take this advice. This is another piece of advice I should take, because Giga gave a lot of good advice that I'm taking too. Plan it, and don't be scared to plan it. Like some people, what's it called? They have their stream schedule, right, guys? They have like their little stream schedule and stuff. I should probably start doing that again because I already have it made. So this is, yeah. Oh man, I feel called out. I feel attacked. Oh my god.
Things without too much in mind, but have
Yeah.
something there. What kind of streams do you want to do? What makes you happy? What are you so passionate and in love with? What do you think you could actually be entertaining about? Number 4, watch other streamers. Find what they do that you
Hold on. This let me hear it. Let me hear it.
like, think about it, and find what they do that even you don't like and think about it. Create your own method by being inspired by what's around you. Number 5.
This is a caveat. So there is a middle ground with watching. You should be creating way more than what you're watching. Do not get consumed by watching. You need to be creating more than you are consuming. Because I know me, I love watching videos. I do. I'm just going to be honest with you guys. That's why I have a React channel, because I actually, in my free time, I watch a lot of YouTube. But there is this middle ground of, hey, I need to create more than I consume. So make sure that you take this and balance it out, please. Don't be like me. When I first started, I was watching way more than I was creating. I was way too consumed with watching. So make sure there's a video that Ludwig did about how to become a content creator and stuff, which was pretty much pay to win. And a lot of people criticize that video. But one thing that he says to do, guys, write it down. No, this is a new computer. I did write it down. I wrote down a list of people that I was watching and who I wanted to be like. And I said it earlier. It was Afrosinju, Jacksepticeye, Corey, and Burleezy, and a bunch of other people. There was a bunch of people listed. And then you start making content. So, guys, balance it out. That's my caveat.
Welcome in, new people. They have a first-time chatter? Please welcome them. And don't just say something like hello and then pass on.
Oh, no, yeah. So what I normally do is, this is super fun. When you're streaming on multiple platforms, it's very easy to be very talkative, especially on TikTok. If you're, I'm going to say this and a lot of people might get mad at me. If you're not streaming on TikTok, I think you're dumb. And the reason is because it is so easy to get a TikTok. When I say it's easy, it's like almost brain dead to get a chat going. You really don't need to do much. What I like to do is TikTok, when people come in, it shows their name. And before they load in, by the way, I've had people tell me, whoa, bro, I loaded in while you were saying my name. So I would say their name and literally be like, yo, bro, what's up? Like, thank you for coming in. What's up, dog? How you doing? You know what I mean? And then you just start talking about nothing. And then it's very easy to get a chat going on. It's so crazy on TikTok, dude. TikTok is, man. So easy. And then Twitch starts going, oh, I would say like, oh, his name is Booty Clapper 900. That's crazy, bro. What's up? Welcome to my chat. And then Twitch will start going, right? Twitch would be like, wait, that name is insane. And then YouTube would be like, who said that? Do you see how like it circles itself? It's so good. It's so good.
Something. See what they're up to. Engage a little bit. Number 6, content creation is a meritocracy. It's not money bought success or luck. If you make good content,
I don't know, man. With all this bot going around, I don't know, man. I would say it is meritocracy. By the way, Yomi's correct. I'm just memeing. But if you don't bot, the amount of respect you get. So people like Soda, Nick, Asmund, Destiny, who else has been doing this? Forsen, people like S-Fan, Tim the Tap Man, people who've been doing this for like over 10 years before bots were even a thing and they were getting like 10,000, 20,000 people in their streams. It is a meritocracy, and with it comes a ginormous amount of respect because they were in the trenches, bro. Like Tim the Tap Man, on like 4 or 5 different games being top 500 and streaming it, he's getting bad teammates and people are stream sniping him and he still made it to top 500. How can you not respect that? Like that's a genuine question. How could you not respect that? That's insane. Insane. And the same goes for like Tyler One. Streaming League for over a decade with stream snipers, and he still gets into Challenger consistently with trolls, and he fights through the matchmaking. Insane.
You will be rewarded. Look back on your streams, watch yourself, and if you can't stand watching yourself and you feel like a bit of a clown, then you need to review and learn. It is okay to make mistakes. Look back, review, and learn. Number 7.
It depends. Again, this is a balance. Like if I'm playing Rivals, I tell everybody this. You guys know this. If you watch me, I'm locked in. I am not talking. I'm locked the hell in. I am a different person. I am locked in.
Brand new social media for yourself. Don't link back things to your real name that could die.
Don't put your eggs in one basket. So I do TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter, and that is it.
Right away. And when you set up something for income or donations, if you do end up doing that, make sure you have a friend who already knows your real name that can check back on the receipt and show that, hey, it's not actually showing your real name, but it's showing your VTuber name, because that could be very dangerous.
Yes.
Use your titles and tags.
This was a way that, so for those of you who don't know, back then, this is just a little history lesson because I've heard Soda talk about it. People will donate insane amounts of money, like $500, $1,000 and stuff. And then they'll get, the little Twitch donation and it'll pop off. And then what they'll do is request it back, and then your real name is there, and you just doxed yourself. This is a real thing that people used to do all the time. And he used to say it's really annoying. And that's why, I don't know if you guys, they don't talk about it as much, like streamers in general, but you'll hear some streamers be like, I don't do refunds. Like if you send it to me, GG's. If you donate whatever amount, GG's. Because there are people who will try and sue you and scam you and all this other stuff where they'll send it to you and then they'll request it back. And then if you don't, they can sue you and then you just lost more money. There are diabolical people out there, genuinely. So be careful with that too.
Tags right. Twitch is really cool and giving us 10 free tags. Use them all. That's free real estate to engage yourself out there, and you should be using it properly.
Ooh.
The best way to tell it.
Go back. This last one, it depends. Because I don't think Twitch told us how people actually use these. Like I've never seen or heard anybody use these tags to find people. I of course use them. I guess I'm not saying don't use them. What I'm saying is Twitch has never, I don't think so at least, released any information saying how much people use them. So like for instance, you can get an API to like Instagram or Twitter and see what's trending, and there's like Google Trends, right? You know what does and doesn't work. But with Twitch, I don't think they've done it. Let me know down below if they have. But yeah, overall, Yomi's correct. This is good. I'm glad I got to see this. This was, oh my God, this was amazing. Super, super good. Guys, this next one is from Roy Chiato. Best tips for new VTubers. This is a short, under a minute, so let's just see what he has to say.
Being a VTuber is a pretty magical experience. Let's start.
Do we got a little Vieira boy? We got a little Bun boy? Oh my Lord. Oh, it's making me want to play Final Fantasy 14.
Starting out as one can be pretty rough. Since the VTuber boom of 2020, the number of new VTuber creators on Twitter all day, well, don't do that last one regardless. But if the
Hey man, I'm going to be honest. People make careers out of it. I'm not even joking. There have been people making careers out of it. And I don't know, man. I don't know. Rage baiting is the new norm, apparently, man. I know this was 2 years ago, but it's still always super nice to hear it from different people, from different sizes. Because I think too many people look at the top. They look at the guras. They look at, the cronies. They look at the Rauras and, the Kenjis and the Shylalies and the Baos, and they just look at that only. If you don't absorb different levels and different popularities, I'm telling you guys, it's almost like psyching yourself. You're going to psych yourself into thinking you need these things and certain things, and just generally speaking, when you don't need them, right? Like I said, Corey Kenshin started his entire YouTubing career on a broken laptop on top of some books. Like, you cannot tell me, bro, that you can't do it either. And technically, it's funny. I literally started my channel the same. I had a broken MacBook, so Yeah. We have Shoto, or Shoto. Never heard of this guy. So this will be super fun. Fighting success as an independent. I'm guessing he's
Do
independent.
you need to be in a VTuber organization to be successful?
Obviously, no.
You can be successful on your own, and a lot of independent streamers and VTubers are great examples of this. But you still have to put in the work regardless of your decision.
Yeah, I spoke about this earlier. And I actually, I even just now remembered there was this like, I want to say debacle, debate, kind of fight. It lasted a very short while, but I remember there was a time when people were like, of course, if you go through a org, you're just gonna be big. And a lot of people were getting angry because of that. And I remember a lot of people were saying, well, if you just debut as the indie, there's a lot more respect because there's a lot more you have to go through because you don't have as much help. If you go through an org, you're going to have a lot of help. Even if there's restrictions, you still have way more help than majority of people. So there's a lot less respect for people who join. I remember this. This was a while ago. I think this was around the time Kason was talking about Oshi culture and how like a lot of Oshis can sometimes mess up some of the interactions that you can have, and it limits what they can do. This was a long time ago. Oh my God. I think this was like 2 years ago, 3 years ago. And I even did a video on that because I thought it was, yeah, I made it into a video. Maybe this wasn't the best way to name it, The Secret Thoughts of VTubers. This is around the time that it happened 2 years ago. And I remember sitting there and I was like, that's interesting, because I had the same impression that if you were in an org, hey, you're just going to be popular because you're in an org and they're just going to back you all the way through. But apparently that's not fully the case. But let me know down below. I think that's another good conversation to have. Or maybe it's more of a conversation around respect. Do you get as much respect as a corpo, or do you get way more respect as an indie because you're doing it on your own rather than taking help? I don't know. It's difficult. I think corpos have their own issues, and I think indies have their own issues too.
I feel like you can find success in both, but it's ultimately up to whether you want to commit to an organization or build something of your own from the ground up. I chose to be independent and build my own community because that's what my role models growing up inspired me to do, like Corey Kenshin, PewDiePie, Markiplier. What I learned from being a VTuber is that you don't need to rely on agency to be happy and successful.
Not only that, it's just Jeffrey Epstein. Not only that, it takes longer. It takes a lot longer, like a lot longer to pop off. Like if I go here, how many videos does he have? He has almost 600 videos. Is this including shorts? Yeah, it's including shorts. He has almost 600 videos. And I'd imagine, oldest, 5 years ago. That's dang, like he's been here, dude. He's been here.